day number 290, and I'm doing a late live stream, just like I did before with Mother's Day. This morning, I didn't get a chance to go live. I just didn't choose to. I ended up have, had to drive my daughter to school. But yeah, I like going live sometimes on this time. And if it's your first time tuning in, I've been documenting my journey for the last 290 days here on YouTube, and then over the last just over 100 days on my own platform that I built to help founders document their journey of building a startup in real time, and uh, and doing that publicly as well, within the platform. So yeah, and I realized that when it felt like there was like nothing moving, last like for the last like month almost, not last month actually, for the last couple of weeks, since the beginning of May really, because in April I had a cohort of like 12, 13 people, including myself, decided to document daily on dayNumber. And it would average out to be like 5 to 6 people that would document daily. We had some days where there was like 10, 10 people that logged that day. So that was pretty cool. And I noticed the difference was I was actively reaching out to founders, and I think that one thing, and I got distracted with, is I was trying to raise money for sponsorship for a live stream when I should have really focused on supporting the founder that I already had on board. But everything happens for a reason, because that that documentation daily, even when nothing happened, led me to, within the last 3 days, do like 100x capabilities of like dayNumber, of everything that I already wanted to, that I thought I needed, somebody like a CTO to handle, right? So, and I just really combined Claude Code and VS Code. I switched from using ChatGPT to direct me how to use Flutterflow. Instead, all I have to do is just direct Claude Code to do whatever I need to do, right? So, and now I even have it on mobile, which is crazy. So there are limits though, but man, what it did in the last 3 days versus what I did in the last 5 months. But everything happens for a reason. I have proof of concept, proof of work here, um, and now, yeah. So if you guys want to check it out, give me some honest feedback. Go to dayNumber.io. You'll see what I built. But yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Where you guys all tuning in from? Got Maxi Boy here. Um, Usually do these walks in the morning. Usually go live at in the morning time. That's why it was really really noisy here earlier. But yeah, I go live every single day, usually in the morning time, my time here in Canada. But yeah, where's everyone coming in from today? Right now it's like evening for me, late night walk. Usually around this time, I look out for skunks, because we've seen almost every night we've seen a skunk out, and obviously we don't want to get sprayed, right? So. And it's cold right now. It's actually cold. I don't know why. It's May 13th in Canada. Like, Toronto, in this area. A lot of cars passing by in this area. But yeah, if it's your first time tuning in, I also do magic. I was doing magic yesterday. So I've been performing magic for the last, practicing and performing magic for the last 23 years. Open cards with Bodine says, Jesus loves you. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Where's everyone tuning in from today? Yeah, so I gotta make sure I keep an eye out for skunks too. It's kind of dark out right now anyway, so, but even in the daytime too, it's crazy. But yeah, again, what I was saying is that it's 290 days for me of oh, there you go. I talk about a skunk and we see one up ahead, unless that's a rabbit, because there are rabbits that show up too. Hopefully that's not a skunk. Let me just see. See, what does it look like? No, it's just like a piece of wood or something, probably. Huh. For some reason, I thought that was a skunk. That's like a little table or a chair, somebody's chair. That's funny. Uh, yeah, but yeah, welcome back if you guys are just tuning in again. Um, yeah, as I was saying is that you know the documentation of my daily journey for the last 290 days has is starting to compound. And I think that period of time where for the last 5 months really I started building a platform for the last since December, and it took 5 months for me to build something that was functioning and workable and seemed good to use, and then literally in 3 days I 100x'd that. So in terms of like how much better the product is that I created. Uh, so really what it comes down to, it's basically I want it to be the best place for founders, mission driven founders at the early stage to um, document their journey publicly. And yeah, that's the main goal, is to help founders uh, keep a daily log of their journal of their story, and support them along the way, to help them fulfill their mission with whatever it is that they need. And I want that dayNumber intelligence to get stronger and stronger, because collectively, as we do this public journaling as a founder, it adds to the the, the context, of which it dayNumber is going to respond to, right? So it's very objective, honest feedback, which is what I wanted to give me, even help me even to bring some insight as well. So with where I'm at, and really it even told me, like, based on the over 100 logs or 172 entries that I put in, the most important thing I need to do is keep track of the one metric, which is percentage of um, founders logging daily, right? So the percentage of daily active loggers, people who are logging their journey, who are documenting their journey, right? Everything else will come after that, right? But to get to this stage now where even now I'm getting guidance from my own personal journey, which is what I really wanted, actually, because I always wondered, I was like, oh man, all these videos that I'm posting here on YouTube, I wish I could just like ask them, like, hey, when did I actually launch dayNumber, or you know help me, guide me through this where I'm at right now, and what should be the next step that I do, right? And now I can actually do that, you know with the own platform. And I think that's the magical moment for me here, because as I was doing, as I was documenting my journey for the last 290 days, listened to a lot of like program talks, a lot of stuff to do with startups. And one of the things that they talk about is like, what's that magic moment for the user, right? I think for me right now, the magic moment is being able to ask something about my journey, and actually guide me on what the next step should be and focus. And if we're going to get AI to guide us, right, like on certain decision making and brainstorming, we might as well have it know like what we're, especially for a startup, right, as a founder, right, you're kind of in chaos. So you are in chaos, you have a mission, you have a vision with what it is that you want to do. You don't know how to get there, but you have an idea on how to get there potentially. So you start out with that, and then you pivot along the way, because you see that that first thing that you were doing didn't work, or it wasn't working. You keep iterating and pivoting, but you're going in that same general direction, to actually complete the mission and vision with what you're building, right? So, and that's the key with dayNumber. That's what it does. It's it represents people who want to fulfill the mission of what it is that they're building with their company with dayNumber, right? So yeah, but yeah, that's why I suggest, like, document your journey along the way with whatever it is that you're doing. Even if you're young, keep a journal. keep a journal of what it is that how you're going, because I'm reading autobiographies right now, and it's really interesting to see how they share their story back when they were a kid. They have these distinct memories, right? So if you document, what happens in your life that are things that you want to take note of, like a note to yourself, that you could reflect back on, right? Get some insight, get feedback, right, from yourself. And that's really the first thing that um, I'm building for dayNumber as well. It's a self-reflection. You get to see how long you've been on your journey, see it visibly, and then also know that, okay, I'm still building, I'm still here, right? Knowing that I'm on dayNumber or whatever it is, whatever number it is, prompts me subconsciously to actually build something and do something with what it is that I'm building, right? So yeah. But yeah, where's everyone tuning in from today? This is just yeah, I'm just waiting for my dog to go to the washroom here. Eventually he'll go. Did the other already, but let's see if he pees. Taking him a different route. He's not used to this route. He's used to more like the opposite way, actually. Maxi boy. Go ahead, Max. Yeah, so there's a late one. I don't know who's going to come in, but I had a couple people come in so far. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the messages here. And the main message I'm sharing with you is, focus on one thing. Like even for me, like just knowing how many days I've been building, it's allowed me to focus, even just a little bit. It's at least on the top of my mind, to work on, right? And now it's like, oh, okay, it's time to get serious now. I mean, imagine almost 10 months, 10 months of focusing on this one thing. So, and I think, yeah, that's what documentation does. Is like you're documenting for a reason. You know that it's the unfoldment of the story in real life, in like real time, right? So I think that's what's the cool thing about doing the documentation is you're watching your own story unfold on a day-to-day basis, right? Every moment is another moment to document, and you have these memories, but you want to also let them go, right? And be able to look back at them as well, right? You're not holding on to them. It's just part of the journey. And when you look back, you see how they all connect. You don't know how they're going to connect, right? But somehow they will to wherever it is that you are in that moment of you looking back, right? So, anyways, yeah, just gotta watch out here. All right, guys. Well, anyways, I'm gonna end the stream. This was a shorter one. Just wanted to share that. Is that keep going. No matter what it is that you're doing or you're building, just know that the magic is in showing up every day. That's it. Showing up every day and leaving a trace behind. Something to let go of that day. You know, let go of that day. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Paul Galkowski, who I started this journey on 290 days ago, where he challenged me to a 30-day commitment to focus on one goal that would impress one another. And I decided to document the journey every day, and that wasn't even part of the thing that we said we would do. It was just a goal. You didn't have to document every day, but I just decided to do that, for accountability purposes. Right? And now 290 days later, he's also working on an app that I don't know if I can release the name yet, but yeah, one of the things that he has on his app that always was nice is like leaving a mark, for that day. What happened that day? What was the mark for that day? And then another thing is like, where did it flow, right? Just like having that acknowledgement is like, is really cool, So I think that what I want to build, what I want to share with you is just that daily documentation of your day, letting it go, looking back at it later is very powerful, So yeah, Contessa, hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. All right, guys. Well, shout out to everybody that tuned in here. I know it's late, unusual time for me to stream. Uh, Shout out to Contessa. Shout out to Open Cards with Borin, and make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell because I go live every day, and might do some magic next time. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see. See you guys. Have a great day. Day number 290, and check out dayNumber.io too. If you're a founder, you want to document your journey publicly with other founders, document it on dayNumber.io and support one another. Have a great day, guys.